Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Emma coming to you with another lesson. All in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, B'dash. And as always, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Archim out there that's pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. And blessings to the remnant of Israel that's destined for salvation. So I just wanted to do a little lesson on this kind of like a viral news story that's going around about this Israelite woman getting smashed in the face with a brick by another, by Jake. The story says it here in the title anyway. It says black woman, we're not black, cries in the hospital after being smashed in the head with a brick for refusing to give her phone number to men. Right, so let me just
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they're all just watching, and they let that nigga get in a corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women? I don't even care about my face because I'm still gonna be prettier than all of y'all niggas because I have a pretty heart. But my heart is broken, y'all. My heart is broken because I will stand up for any of y'all. I stand up for everybody. I stand up for everybody. And nobody ever stands up for me. And my heart is...
Right, so there you have that. And look, man. Now, first and foremost, she said she hasn't done anything to anybody, man. Listen, the scriptures tell you that nobody's born being innocent, man. All right? Nobody. Including her, man. She talks about how, she's got a good heart. And the scriptures also tell you that the heart is deceitful above all things. All right? The heart, and let me just get that. I can't remember what it is. I'll just quote it. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked, man. Who can know it, man? So, she's talking about her heart, man. Look, she's done things in her past, man. The Lord doesn't make mistakes. The Lord doesn't make mistakes, man. And I want to get into the scriptures anyway, but let me see if there's anything else to read here. So it says a Houston woman says she was hit in the face with a brick after a man asked for a number and she told him no. It says the details of the incident are limited since the video was uploaded by the woman herself who's making the accusations. In the video, the woman has a knot the size of a grapefruit, which she said was caused by being hit with a brick. She said that a guy approached her, asked her for her number, told him no, and then picked up a brick. The woman said that the black men stood by and did nothing as she was struck by an identified man. And that's it on that. So there's not much to really go into, but let's get into the scriptures, man. First and foremost, Proverbs 20 and 24 says, man's goings are of the Lord, man. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Right? So the reason why no one jumped in to rescue you, no one was caping for you, is because there's more than one reason, but the main reason is that of man's goings are of the Lord, man. The Lord put the spirit on that man to smash that brick into your face, and for no one else to come to your assistance, to come to your aid, man. And you could also blame this modern day feminism, or feminism in general, man, why men have that feeling of not rescuing women anymore, man. Let's face it. You know, there is enmity between the so-called black man and the so-called black woman, or the Israelite man and the Israelite woman, man. All right, and there has been for some time, and that's all due to the curses, man. But you know, that's what happens when you're out at night. What are you doing out at night anyway, man? These women are too loose with their movements, man. If you weren't out at night, there would be no chance of you getting smashed in your face or any man trying to approach you to get your number anyway, man. That's not how it's supposed to work. That is not how it's supposed to work, man. And that's the problem with, you know, this modern day world, man. Women walking around in the middle of the night. They love being outside, just doing shit, man. Just stay in your yard, innit, where it's safe. And these things wouldn't happen to you, man. Men are, for want of a better word, predatory, man. You know, if they like in the sense where they see a woman, you know, mainly men. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not, listen, and at the end of the day, I'm not saying that you should go around putting bricks in women's faces. Of course not. But look, the Lord allowed that to happen for a purpose, man. And so we will have to atone for our sins, man, one way or another. All right. But she shouldn't be out on the streets anyway, man. Let's jump into the Apocrypha real quick, and we'll jump around a bit. Got some things, you know, on deck, as we say. So Proverbs 25:19 says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. It says, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And that's what that was, man. Alright? And listen, apparently, I'm not going to play it because it's corny, but there's another video that's apparently the same woman slapping some Edomite looking man in the face and then walking up and twerking, man. So if that's you, it shows what you're really about. You try to sit in the hospital like you're virtuous, man. But you're not virtuous. There is no virtuous women, man. The scriptures tell you that. And it also goes on to say in 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. And that's what that dude did, man. And that's where that got him. He desired a woman for her beauty, right? And got rejected and couldn't take the rejection, man. Which is another problem in the nation of Israel, man. These weak ass men that can't take being rejected by women, that get too emotional, man. You know, and that's a part of the curse as well, man. Not having fathers around to teach them how to be men. You know, and not just that, the scriptures teach you how to be a man at the end of the day, man. So this is the lack of knowledge is what causes these men to behave this way. And also, you know, Proverbs 20:24, man. And let's jump down a bit more, because just, you know, the Sirach's got a lot of stuff getting on the women, man. And yeah, I'm going to read it from 24, actually. Sirach 25:24 says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we will die. And that death is, you know, the scriptures say what? The wages of sin is death, man. So from the sin becomes the death. And not only that, imagine if someone tried to jump in now to save her, and that guy who pulled the brick out pulled something else out and put that man caping for her to death. You know, there's all sorts of reasons why men don't want to get involved in these things, man. Verse 25 says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather broad. So they got too much liberties, man. Like I said, what are you doing out in the streets? Right? What are you doing out in the streets, man? Late at night, man, where men can approach you. That's not how it's supposed to work, man. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 3:12. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Yeah, so women are ruling over the men, man. That is why. And that stems from the feminism, man. So you got these women out here, they got too much liberties, they got too much to say, you know, out in the streets talking, talking how they want to talk, behaving how they want to behave, thinking that they're above. All I ever hear about is these Jake women thinking that they're better than a Jake man because they get all these phony qualifications and and all that stuff from universities that no one cares about, man. Because in the kingdom, these women ain't going to be doing none of that, man. And furthermore, before it even gets to the kingdom, man, you got the times of Jacob's trouble, man, when they are gonna be fallen upon the good favor of men and any men that may still have good nature about them, man. Where is it now? Oh yeah, Isaiah 4:1. It says, I was looking right at it, my brain wasn't working there. Isaiah 4:1, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So, see, women like that, when it comes to the nitty gritty, man, they're going to wish they had men approaching them, man, because it's going to be tough out here. That's why it talks about 7 women, man. It's just a number. Basically what it means is women aren't going to care if you're dealing with a woman already, or 2 women, or 3 women, because they're just going to want to be taken care of in these peak times, man, when it's all kicking off in the danger zones, man. They're going to understand what masculinity is then. They're going to want the attention then. And like I said, as a disclaimer, I'm not promoting that behaviour, man. I'm not saying you're supposed to walk around hitting women in the faces with bricks. Of course not. I've seen a lot of Israelite pages when they're talking about, going on like it was a righteous. It's not a righteous thing to do. It's just the Lord made that. The man's going with the Lord. That was the spirit of the man put on that Lord, and that was for her punishment, man. Punishment comes in all many shapes and forms, man. But you can't sit here and say, yeah, that's what we should be doing, because no, of course not. So yeah, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. So they don't even want anything from you other than you being over them for protection, man. That's when they're going to be subdued. That's when they're going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Submissive, man. That is when they're going to be submissive. I heard someone say this, and he said the reason why women have freedom is because there's other men around to stop the other men from if men wasn't in charge, man. If men weren't in charge, the other wicked men out there would be out here running wild, doing what they want to women, man. So that same patriarchy, as they call it, what they keep complaining about, is the same thing that's keeping them safe, man. That the wisdom of men and the capacity for violence is what keeps them safe. If we just was a society, was just like, fuck it, just do what you want to do, these women are finished, because they're physically incapable, and they don't carry the wisdom of men either to protect themselves. So soon they're gonna be willing to do whatever you want them to do, man. Right? And obviously, men of the Lord, we're gonna have to move with righteousness, man. That's not even to say that we're gonna be dealing with them. Some may, some won't. You know. Let's get Isaiah 45, man. Just to get that point home again. It says, I form the light, Isaiah 45:7, and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So, as we said before, the Spirit of the Lord was on that man to damage that woman like that, man. But she's got no business being out. So let's jump into back into Sirach quickly, and we go to chapter 26 and 10, and it says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself over much liberty. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Right? So basically, they've got too much liberties, man. They've got too much liberty, too much freedom. Right? What business do women have moving around at night time? That's the danger times, man. That's the danger zone. That's when things go bad. That's when men are around, and wickedness is about. Not saying it's not about all the time, but it's more prevalent at night time. It's under the cover of darkness, man. So they're putting themselves in this position, and really, there would have been a time back in the day where you wouldn't catch women out in the streets. You look at all them old movies talking about ancient times, or even centuries old, and you looked at places like bars and places where men would convene to drink and do whatever manly things they did. There was never women around. There might be women there, but they'd be serving, and that would be that. You might see the odd harlot around, because a harlot is a harlot, man. She moves in certain circles, man. But generally, women would have been at home, man. At home with the children, asleep at night. So, this is Sirach 26 and 23. It says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. You see it all the time with our people, man. But the man's committing adultery, she's committing adultery. That woman's probably got a husband or a man or something like that, and she's out there roaming the streets, man. And they probably deserve each other. But yeah, anyway, man, I'm gonna close out. That's it on that. Same old, man. When it comes to our people, man. In the streets, this internet culture now, this social media culture, is really showing what our people are all about, man. The only thing I'll say is that Lord willing, it'll be soon that we'll be out of here, man, and we'll be right again in our minds as a nation of people, man. In the kingdom, our women are gonna love being they're gonna love the arranged marriages. They're gonna love being at home with the children. Yeah, they're gonna love looking after their husbands, right? and being under their husbands, man. Because in that bond, in that bond between the man and the woman, the man has the authority because why? He's stronger and smarter, man. So he can get to make the decisions about, you know, what's happening in that union, because he has the power in that union. It's not, you don't go into the army and the privates are in charge of the sergeant majors or the generals, you know, because they don't have the power in any way, shape or form. So the man has to be given the authority, man, and the authority is for wisdom purposes. It's not to abuse your woman, you know. Anyway, you know, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'll finish off by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Badash, and I'll say shalom to the next one. Shalom.